Hi everyone, welcome to this Pilates practice. My name's Debbie. I'm going to be taking you through the practice today. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about myself. If you've heard this before and you just want to move on, then do feel free. We're going to be using hand weights today, and we're going to be using a block. So for those that are new to the class, I use hand weights, and I use them quite a lot to help work my muscles, because as we get older, our bones depreciate and the cells don't grow as quickly. So what we tend to do is, if we can build up our muscles, it will promote the bones to create new cells quicker, which is what we're aiming to do. And I use a block as well. Again, if you don't have either of these, everything that I do, you can be done without them. Well, hand weights, if you haven't got them but you wanted to use something, you could fill up water bottles and have them full, or perhaps you could use like quite a solid book if you wanted to use a block. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Debbie. I have been doing Pilates now probably for around about 15, 18 years. I started after I had a premature menopause. The menopause gave me osteopenia, which went into full-blown osteoporosis, and then I prolapsed a disc. I was in constant pain, I was getting myself down, I was fed up about it all, taking endless painkillers to try and get rid of everything. So I decided to look for alternatives. Looked around, Pilates came up, and I haven't looked back. So as I said before, as we get older, obviously our cells depreciate, and we want to keep them going. We want to look after our bones, particularly somebody like me who has osteoporosis. So it helps to sort of strengthen the spine. I had issues in my lower spine here, and where I've done the Pilates over the years, use your core practice, use your core, and your core will help support your back. That's what Pilates is all around about core control and core strength. So we'll be doing that throughout the practice, and you'll see. So I will start to laying down. We'll take ourselves to our mat. Now you can come down from the side. If you've got low blood pressure, come down from your left. Otherwise you can come down with me from a seated position. So we sit nicely up on our mat. We put our feet hip width apart firmly on the mat in front of us, and we start to come down. Now we don't just drop back. What we do is we C-curve. We curve our spine and we come down slowly so that we are protecting our spine. You might get to a point, maybe to here, you might just get to here where you feel, or you can't hold yourself with your core. So take behind your legs and lower yourself down using your arms to support yourself and your legs. So let's take ourselves to the mat very slowly. Pull that core in, C-curve yourself down, and come down slowly all the way to the mat. And actually, you stay there. I'm just going to turn the music up a little bit, otherwise it doesn't tend to pick up. Hopefully you can all hear that. I listen to the playbacks afterwards, and I think sometimes the music isn't quite loud enough, but then when I'm in here and I've got the music, it is quite loud. So yeah, so we're laying down on the floor. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of time to look in and check our bodies out and see where we are today, see how we're feeling going forward into the practice. You're going to notice any tightness, any areas that might need to be focused on throughout the practice that we're doing, and we're going to relax into it to start. So you can take your feet mat width apart and lock your knees in together. Let's everybody do this today, because this is quite a nice stretch. So particularly for lower spine issues, we keep the feet mat width, we lock the knees in, we pull in our core. Now when we do Pilates, as I said, it's all about core control. We do it with our breath. We breathe in through the nose and we breathe out through the mouth. When we breathe in through the nose, we pull in our core, and when we breathe out through the mouth, we pull in the core even more. And when we're here, we're pushing our spine down into the floor, we're stretching away with our arms, and we're squeezing our legs together. Core nice and tight, stretching away, really stretch. Feel that stretch, feel the glutes, feel your arms pushing away, and then release. Now you can do another one like that, or you can take your legs long, and it's the same sort of theory, but we've just got our legs long here. As I say, this one is not so good if you've got lower spine issues. It's better to have your feet down. So we've got our feet long again. They're around about sort of hip width apart, our legs. And we're taking a breath in, pulling in our core, breathing in through the nose. And as we breathe out through the nose, we pull the core tighter and we push our spine into the mat and we push away. Push away, we push away with the legs, we keep that core tight, push away with our arms and we stretch, really stretch the body, feel it stretching, and then let everything go and release. Okay, amazing guys. So now we're just going to let our feet drop outwards. We're going to close our eyes down if we can, or just have the eyes downcast, because otherwise we tend to focus on what's around in the room and we don't really take our full focus internally. So if we shut our eyes down, we can focus more of what's going on with our body. You can have your palms upwards. We're going to be bringing in some energy today. So we're keeping our palms upwards, dropping our feet out and letting them just relax. Okay, let everything relax now. Let that core go. We're not pulling on, using the core muscles right now. We're just relaxing. So let the feet drop outwards, let the ankles rest. Let your calves and your knees and your thighs, just let them rest down. Let them go. Let all tension in the legs be released. Let the lower back drop down, the core and the pelvis. Your mid-back and your upper back. Focus on any areas in your spine now that may feel tight, may feel a little bit tender perhaps today. Then relaxing your full core and your chest so that your torso is heavy in the mat beneath. Now relaxing the arms, let the fingers and the palms of your hand rest. Your wrists, your lower arms, your elbows and your upper arms. Both arms released with no tension. Let the shoulders relax down. Your neck, and finally your head. Your whole body relaxing down, no tension. Now do a little scan by yourself, working from the tips of your toes along the legs, around the torso, the arms, the neck and the head. Do that scan and focus on any areas that might still feel tight. Ask them to soften, ask them to rest. And then lay still. Let's take that scan once more. So scanning from your toes and your feet, over your legs, around your lower core and your pelvic area, your mid-core, the lower and the bottom mid-spine, the upper spine and the chest, the hands, the arms, shoulders and the neck. We're going to release the neck out, so we're going to gently roll our head from side to side, moving it gently and slowly, one side and then the other. Really release the neck, no tension. Ask the neck to rest as you do this. And the next time you come to the right hand side, hold your head there and feel a gentle stretch down the left hand part of the neck. And coming back to centre, taking the head over to the left and feel the gentle stretch down the right of the neck. centre. Bringing your feet up now so that everybody's got their feet mat width apart and their knees locked in together. Resting there. Taking the arms out into either a T shape, or you can take them into cactus arms, which is where you bend at the elbow. Bending at the elbow into cactus arms. We'll do a little bit more opening around the chest area. So then gently parting the knees, taking in breath and pulling that core, and on the out breath, pull the core tight and allow the legs to drop over to the left hand side, just exactly where they are, let them drop over. Soften there, relax, breathe into areas of tension. Relax those face muscles, we're not holding tension there. On your next in-breath, pulling in the core, and at the same time bringing your legs to centre, and then breathing out and relax. Let's do that on the opposite side, so breathing in, pulling in the core, breathing out through the mouth, pull that core tighter, and drop the legs over to the right. Holding it there and relaxing into your area. Any tense areas, your point of tension, holding it, relaxing. Let the shoulders rest. Let the legs be heavy. On your next in-breath, pull in your core, and at the same time bringing your legs to centre, reaching centre, breathing out. Okay, we're going to start to bring ourselves into a little bit more movement now, so give yourselves maybe a little release out, wind wiping the legs, and come into centre. Now we're going to get our Pilates core. Oh goodness me, why have I forgotten what this is called? This is really bad. Anyway, we're going to get the stability here. So taking your hands into a triangular shape and putting them over the pelvis. We're going to pull in our core and breathing in. Our core will go down. As we breathe out and pull the core tighter, we just take a gentle tilt up the pelvis. Core still tight, don't release it. Don't release the core, but allow the glutes to go back down. But your core is still tight. Breathe in, pull the core tighter. Breathing out, core tighter, tilt the pelvis. This is our neutral spine we're getting, by the way. Sorry, I knew I would get there eventually. So keeping the core tight all the time, doing that movement. Every breath in, every breath out, the core is tight. You're going to go into the real low, deep muscles here. If you keep doing that, you'll feel the muscles in the very lower part of the core there, tightening. Just breathing in and breathing out, keeping the core tight the whole time. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and then rest there. Should now be in a real nice neutral spine. So you shouldn't have a big gap under there. Some people do have a natural curve like to their spine, so there might be a little bit, but basically your spine should be quite flat against the floor. So we're going to bring our legs up to tabletop. As I say, we're going to breathe in and hold the core, and bringing up your right leg. Breathing out, pull the core tighter. Breathing in, pull the core tight, and lifting up the left leg. And keeping the core tight there all the time. Now if this is too much for you, you can keep one leg down. Okay, but we're going to do just alternate taps down. Just gently tapping down, breathing in as you lift up, breathing out as you lift down, but all times you're holding that core tight. So it's in breath, out breath as you release. Now keeping with that, wherever you may be, we're going to take the legs a little bit further out. Just going to tap the toes further out, keeping that core tight. Again, if it's too much, you can just take one leg out, Tap it in, bring it down, bring the other leg up and tap it down. Wherever you are, you're keeping the core tight and we're taking the taps further away. Now stand where you are, or you can take the tap even further now. Keeping that core tight, working it core tight, tapping further away. And now start to straighten the legs. If you can, you stop at what point of tension and what area is best for you, keeping that core tight at all times. And now we're pushing the legs away, gently pushing away. You can do it with one leg on the mat still, bringing it down, pushing that leg away there. Whatever's good for you, you stick at. Again, remember this is your practice and this is for your body. Nobody else can see you because obviously, you know, we're doing this live online. And then we're going to start to circle our legs now. We're going to go into bicycle. So we're going to circle the legs. You can do it again with one foot on the floor. Okay, wherever you are, keep that circle going. Cycle, you cycle those legs. Keep breathing in and breathing out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Core tight. Let's reverse that circle. So we're cycling backwards now. And then we're going to go to the legs out, back to where we were before. Then bringing them in with just a gentle tap further away. And now that tap's a little bit closer. You might be feeling it in your hips now. And then really close. And then release those legs down. Okay, how's that feeling? Right, so we're going to bring our legs back up into tabletop. We're going to take our feet together. We're going to take hold of the feet and we're going to push down to open out the hips. So if that's too much for you, you can do it with one leg, keep it one straight and just drop it one leg down. You can bring the other leg up and drop that down. Okay, wherever you are, we're taking the legs out. We're keeping our shoulders and our head on the floor. We're just pushing down, gentle force down into the hips. Keeping the core tight. And then taking the feet out. We're going to take hold of the knees. We're going to circle the knees. Breathing in as you pull the legs towards you. Breathing out as you push them away. So it's in through the nose, out through the mouth. All the time holding that core tight. Working the hips here, opening them out. Let's reverse that. Tweaking the hips now into the opposite way. You might feel a couple of cracks perhaps in the hips. That's just the air coming out of the joints. And then coming back to centre and resting down. We're going to take a little hug in here. So we're going to bring in our right leg. We're going to bring in our left leg. We're going to squeeze them tight, pull in the core and squeeze. Release down, breath in, pull in the core, breath out through the mouth, pull core tighter and pull the core legs until you get. Amazing. Okay, bring the legs down. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sit up from a laying position. So rather than sitting up from taking ourselves up to seated position and moving down, we're going to sit up from here, but we're going to do it gradually. So again, you could use hand weights here if you wanted to. But let's do it without hand weights first for those who haven't got weights. So we're going to bring ourselves up. We're going to keep the feet on the floor. So if the feet start to come up, when you're trying to come up, just stay down and maybe push yourself up with your elbows so that you're still coming up. Make sure you've got the core tight. Otherwise we're going to come up and we're going to hold ourselves here. Hold it there and hold that core tight. Breathing. And then you're going to come up a little bit more and hold it there. And then you're going to sit all the way up. You're going to bring yourself down over your legs, just to where you can. You might just want to come to here, wherever's good for you. Bring yourself down over your legs, feel that stretch forward. Bringing yourself back up to seated. And then we're going to curve ourselves back down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't drop. If you need to grab behind your legs, bring your feet up and hold behind your legs. Let's do that again. So breath in, breathing out as we come up, holding it here, hold it there, hold it with that core. Come up a little bit more, hold it there, hold it with the core. Coming all the way up, holding it there, hold that core tight. Big breath in, core in, breathing out through the mouth as you come down. Resting over the legs. Obviously you can't hold the core tight when you're bending over because that's just impossible. You can have a little tightness to there, but it's not the same as when you're doing your stretches backwards, because you can hold the core tight. In certain moves you can't. So now we're going to come down again. And this time, if you have got weights, let's start to use our weights. So if it's too much for you to come all the way up and hold it and everything like that, as I said, you can sort of come here and hold your legs and you can come up with us like that. You can come up on your elbows, but make sure when you're pushing up, you're pushing and you're pulling the core. You're not letting that core go. All times core tight where we can. Okay, so we're going to work ourselves now into a teaser. So we've got to keep that core nice and tight. And we're going to strengthen it ready for the teaser, which is the best move that you can have for Pilates, for core strength. But again, it's quite a difficult move, so no problems if that's not for you right now. So taking your arms overhead, breathing in, and as you breathe out, we've got our feet flat on the floor this time, and we're coming up with our core here. So rather than having the legs long for the classic sit up, we're doing it with our legs here. Feet flat on the mat. We're going to do a few here, working the core. So that's 8. Taking the arms overhead if you want, you don't have to. 7. 6. Breathing in as you go down. Breathing out as you come up. In through the nose and then out through the mouth. Just 2 more to go. One more. Nice and tight, it's nice and warm. We're going to try the teaser. So the teaser is where this time we're going to take our right leg up and we've got the knees locked in together, but the right leg is in the air, the left leg is flat and the foot flat on the floor, the knees bent. Taking our arms overhead. If you want, you don't have to, you could just do them from here. It's your choice. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, you bring yourself up for that teaser. Again, this probably, for a lot of you, is not going to be the easiest move right now. Have a go. Even if you do one, we're only going to do 4 on either side, but don't throw yourself up. If you feel that you're throwing yourself up, then I would stop maybe here rather than trying to sit all the way up. So we've just got 1 more to do on this side, and then we'll do 1 on the other side. And coming back down. Bringing the right foot down and taking the left foot up now. So we've got the left leg up, right foot flat on the floor, arms overhead, breathing in. Let's breathe out for 4. For 3. For 2. And last one, coming up now, bringing yourself up. And then everybody bring yourself up to a seated position. I'm just going to take a couple of stretches here just to counteract those sit-ups and that. So we're just going to gently, we're not bending right over now, we're just gently easing the spine here. So we're keeping ourselves tall. We're just coming down, hands onto the front of our calves. And just opening up around the front of the chest and breathing. Keeping the core tight. I'm just going to come down and face you. We're just going to do a couple of side stretches here. So taking the left hand down, swinging the right arm up, looking at it, and then bending over, looking underneath the arm. If you're looking and the arm's in front of you, you're wrong. Bring yourself back up. You want to be able to see past your arm and up to the ceiling. Stay up with your arm up, you don't have to come all the way down, just doing a stretch along the side here. And then coming back to the other side, taking the right arm up, actually left arm down, and looking over again, looking up to the ceiling, arm behind you. It's an opening and it's a stretch. Bringing yourself back up. Let's take our hands behind, let's open out our chest and stretch upwards. Opening the chest here. Keeping the core tight. Excellent. Okay, let's bring ourselves round. Let's lay it on our left hand side. So we've got our left leg long. Can bend it underneath if you want for more balance. We're just going to be doing some leg raises and some leg circles. It gets quite tight on the old hips here. It does do some lot of working, but you know, it's good. It's what we need to do. We need to strengthen those legs out. So we've got our right leg under, or you can have it long, whatever's good for you. Getting yourself comfortable up on your arm, shoulder underneath your elbow, or your elbow underneath your shoulder, whichever way. And then let's just lift our leg, just gently, just small legs, keeping the foot flexed, both feet flexed, so we've got active legs, both legs. 6, 5, just small ones, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take them bigger, it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take them much bigger now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do another 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Smaller ones, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then low ones, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg down. Probably feeling that. More out here. It's a good workout for that leg. Okay, we're going to bring the leg in and we're going to kick it out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do that on the other side, guys, but first of all we're just going to do our side plank. Now you can do it from here with a leg bent and coming up, holding your side plank there. Coming down, you can take it so that you've got both legs out and bringing up here. We're just going to hold it there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and bring yourselves down. Woo! Well done, guys. Let's do the other side. The music could stop then. Right, getting yourself comfortable. So again, elbow underneath your shoulder, either legs long or leg bent underneath you, whatever's best for you. Let's start. You can take your hand away, so you can have it on your hip. Have it down in front of you for support. You have it where you feel comfortable. So both feet flex now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make them bigger. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And really big. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now midway. 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't forget to keep the core pulled in. 2, 1. Now low. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Okay, give it a little tap. We're going to do kicks away now. It's for 8 kicks. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now point the toe for 8 circles forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Okay, let's do our little side plank here. So again, foot under, doing it from there, or both legs out. We're going to take ourselves up and we're going to hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Right, have a little rest there and a drink because the music has stopped. Oh, let me just pop that back on. No, it's decided to stop on us, guys. Right, I'm going to have to leave that because for some reason it doesn't want me to have Spotify on my laptop. It's just decided now that it's not going to let me do that. So, right. So we're going to come back down now. Let's do a couple of Pilates roll up, roll downs, just to roll the spine out after that. There, what we've been doing. And then we're going to come down and we're going to do some bridge work. So we're going to stand with our feet to the top of the mat, hip width apart, standing nice and tall, nice and straight, pulling in the core, pulling ourselves, standing tall, long piece of string, all the way up to the top of our head, pulling us away and making us stand tall, taking our shoulders back and down. You're going to breathe in, pulling in the core, and as you breathe out, you're going to tilt your chin down, just bringing your chin down, and then your neck's going to bend down, and then the shoulders will come forward, and let the hands slide down the legs. If you need to breathe in and out more, then do so, but keep the core tight as you're doing it. And come down to your point of tension, holding it wherever you want, wherever you feel good, and hold it there for a few moments. Let your body hang wherever you are. If that be up here, then that's absolutely fine. The more you do it, the more flexible and more further you'll be able to come down. And then taking a breath in wherever you are. And as you breathe out, you start to roll yourselves back up, one vertebrae at a time. Taking your hands to the front of your legs as you come up. I think it always helps. Keep the core tight, squeeze the glutes. Standing up, the shoulders go back and down, the neck lifts, and then your head. Let's do that again. Breath in, breath out, chin to chest. Neck coming down, shoulders coming forward, hands down the legs. Core is nice and tight, the glutes are squeezed, and you're going down to your point of tension. One vertebrae at a time, slowly opening that spine and allowing it to breathe. Maybe at the bottom here you want to shake your head no, and nod your head yes as it hangs. Releasing out that neck, breathing in, breathing out, and bring yourself all the way back up again. And last time we're going to come down and we're going to stack the mat this time. Shoulders back and down, standing tall, breathing in, breathing out, chin to chest. Down with the neck. Neck, shoulders coming forward and your hands down. And you're breathing in and out, holding that core. One vertebrae, slowly as you can. You need to bend your knees here, then do so. Bringing yourself to the mat, walking yourself forward, bringing yourself down onto all fours, and then coming round onto your backs. So at this point now, if you want to come down with me and try it this time, then do so. Or you can still come down from your side, not a problem. Coming down from your left if you have low blood pressure. But if not, we're going to C-curve down together. We're going to take our hands out in front, our feet are hip width apart, flat on the mat. We're going to C-curve down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. See if you can hold it there. Come down a little bit further. See if you can hold it there. And then bring yourself all the way down to the mat. Okay, I'm going to do bridge now. So this is where if you've got a block or a brick, you could use a brick. It wouldn't be very comfortable, mind you. Or a book, you could use a book. So we're going to take our feet so they're hip width apart. And we're just going to get our little neutral spine as we did before, tilting our pelvis in and out, holding the core as we do. In through the nose and out through the mouth with the breath. Every time we're holding that core and then releasing. So the next time we go, we're going to start to lift ourselves up. So you might want to bring your feet in a little bit closer. Hands down the side for support. Breathing in, pulling in that core. And as you breathe out and the pelvis starts to tilt, you begin to push into your feet and you squeeze your glutes. And you push yourself up, holding your core, pushing yourself up all the way to the top, onto your shoulders, not onto the head. And you're holding it up there. Breathing in. Then breathe in, and as you breathe out, holding that core tight, you come down one vertebrae at a time. So the upper back's coming down, the mid back is coming down. The lower spine will come down, and then finally your tailbone would hit the floor. Keeping that core tight, don't let it go. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's tilt that pelvis again and push ourselves up. going all the way to the top. Holding it at the top, feeling that stretch, breathing in. And as you breathe out, bring yourself all the way back down again. And if you feel you've got real good balance and stability, you can take your hands away and try it now. So you will need your real core now to do that. So breathing in, pulling that core tightly, squeezing the glutes as you breathe out, and you start to lift yourself all the way up. If you find your legs are moving around as you're doing this, then put your hands back down for support, because that's not where we're going. We don't want to start jolting our spine. Breathing in, breathing out, bringing ourselves all the way back down again. Okay, we're going to go up again. We're going to take a real deeper stretch. You don't have to do that now. So breathing in, breathing out as we come back up. Holding it here, and then taking our hands underneath. You're going to open the shoulders or pull the shoulders under and open up a little bit more for a deeper bridge pose. Holding it there for a few moments. Make sure those glutes are squeezed tight. Taking the hands away, either by the side or on your tummy, breathing in. And as you breathe out, again, one vertebra at a time. Upper back, mid back, lower back, and tailbone, all the way to the floor. Let's go back up again, breathing in, breathing out as we push ourselves up. Really work those legs, squeeze the glutes, pushing yourself up. And this time, everybody taking your hands down by the side for support. We're going to lift up our left leg. You don't have to do this if you're feeling right. Bringing the right leg up and bringing it down, keeping the core tight. Do that again, left leg, right leg. And this time, bringing the left leg up, straightening it out, pointing it down, bringing it back up, and back down to the floor. Right leg up, point to the ceiling, point coming down, bringing it back up and bringing it down. All the time keeping that core pulled in. Left leg, point the toes, bringing it long, bringing it back down. Let's do that again on the right, up, pointing the toe, and bringing the leg back down. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, bring yourself down all the way to the floor. One vertebrae. We're going to go back up now. We're going to take a resting pose here with the block. So block a book, or you can use your arms if you have neither. So breathing in, pulling in the core. Breathing out. We're going to push ourselves up to our bridge pose. Now, if you haven't got a block or a book, take your hands either side of your hips. So you're holding your hips and allow your body to rest there on your hips. So your hands are taking the weight, but your hips are being gripped and they're pushing gently downwards. Otherwise, you can take the block and you can put it underneath. You can have it, you've got obviously three ways with the block that you can use it. And you take it just to the bottom part of your spine and you leave it and you bring your arms down and you rest there. It's just resting into that now. Still back bend that we're doing, so you're still going to be arching the spine. Really relax into it, guys. It's a supported back bend. So right, taking a breath in. Push up with your feet so that you can move the block, or if you have your hands supporting you, take your hands away. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, you bring yourself all the way down to the floor. We're going to do a gentle counter pose for that. So you're going to bring in your right leg and you're just going to hug that right leg in, keeping the core tight. Don't want to overdo the counter pose too early. Bringing the left leg, squeezing that leg. And then if you want, you can bring both legs in and just bring them into the chest. Holding it there. Might want to have a little roll there. Might want to rock gently from side to side. Circle there, circling the spine one way, hold on to your knees, you can hold on to the calves, whatever's good for you, and circling the other way. And then taking your feet down to the floor, take your left leg up, crossing it over the right leg, taking your hands behind the calf of the right leg, bringing it up and pulling that in. So if you can do it from there, feel the stretch. You can take your leg long and continue to pull from behind the thigh, or you can take behind the calf if that's good for you. Using the elbow to push the other leg away. Releasing down, let's take that on the other side. So now crossing the right leg over the left, bringing the left leg up, holding behind the thigh and pulling that in towards you. And releasing down. We're going to do happy baby, so we're going to take either one leg up and hold it, and then swap over and do the other side. Holding that, bringing our knee in towards our elbow. You can take the outside of the leg, you can take the inside of the leg, whatever's best for you. And if you wish, you can take both legs and pull both legs down just to open up. You can also take a little rock here if you like. It's quite nice. So if you was doing one leg, swap over and do the other leg now. And taking the legs down, but holding around the legs here. Take underneath the knees, and let's just give our spine a little roll. Just rolling it. Little massage from the full length. Feet are not touching the ground as we do this. We're just rolling like a ball, massaging our spine. If that's not good for you, then don't do it. You don't have to, it's not essential. It's just releasing that spine and then coming to a stop, bringing your feet down and taking them long, ready for relaxation. Now, if you want to take them long, you can, but if you've still got lower spine issues, then obviously do as we did at the beginning, taking your feet mat width and lock your knees in. We're going to continue bringing the energy in, so we're going to keep our palms upwards. We're going to release the neck out, release the neck by rocking it from side to side. Gently release it in. As you rock your neck, start to imagine your body resting down. Everything else now is slowing. Your body's going heavy into the ground as you rock your neck. And come to centre with your head. Just lift your chin to chest, keeping the core tight as you do that. And then taking it back down so that it's long. Let the core go. Let all 10 toes be relaxed. The soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, the heels. Feel the weight of those heels into the floor beneath. Relax the calves. Let your knees be soft and your thighs. Feel the weight of your lower back in the mat beneath, letting it be heavy. Relax your core, relax your pelvis. Relax your mid-spine and your tummy. Relax your upper spine and your chest. Your torso soft and heavy. Relaxing all 10 fingers, backs of your hands, the palms of your hands, and your wrists. Feel the weight of the hands in the mat beneath. Relaxing your lower arms, your elbows and your upper arms. Both arms heavy and weighted, supported by the ground beneath you. Relaxing your shoulders down. Your eyes should be closed now. Relax your neck and your face. Your jaw soft. Your cheekbones, let them go. Let your eyes be heavy and soft. Your forehead, let those wrinkles soften out. No frowns today. The top of your head. Your whole body soft and still. Just the breath now in and out in your core. Rise and fall of your natural breath. Focus on that. Lay here still and motionless. Enjoy the solitude. Any thoughts that come into your head, just acknowledge them and let them go. Take the focus back to your breath. And now focus on your third eye. Really focus on that third eye. Now the purple that you can see, or any colour that you see, let it surround the top of your head. Take that to your heart chakra now. Whatever colour you have, take it to your heart and let it warm your heart. And then start to awaken yourself, bringing yourself back to the here and now. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Maybe moving your arms, legs, do whatever you need to do to wake yourself up. Keeping the eyes closed down if you can, gently moving your legs from side to side, whatever's good for you. And then when you're ready, you're going to take yourself fully onto your side. So if you've got low blood pressure, you're going to come from your left. So you shift your hips over to the right hand side, and you will lower yourself down to the left. If you're coming over onto your right hand side, shift your hips over to the left and lower yourself down onto your right. When you come over, just make a little pillow with your head, resting there, and your lungs are now open and free at the back. So let's take a big deep breath into those lungs. Let's fill them up. Breathing in through the nose, fill those lungs. And let it go through the mouth. Do that again. And then in your own time, pushing yourself up, keeping the eyes downcast, bring yourself round onto all fours, looking down at the floor, and flicker your eyes open. We're going to come up to standing, but we don't want any head rushes, so we're going to come up very slowly. So you're onto your knees, toes curled under at the back. Take your fingertips to the side of your knees and push yourself up onto your toes. Bring your fingertips closer and push yourself up so that your feet are now flat on the floor, and let yourself hang. You might want to take hold of opposite elbows and just hang there for a moment. And then taking your hands onto your hips, big bend in the knees, and we're going to start to roll up. Now squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes as you come up. Take that spine all the way to standing, so it'll be shoulders, neck and head. Amazing. Bring yourself forward. Shake out those arms, shake out those legs. Okay, let's take a big deep breath in. Breathing out. Shake those arms, shake those fingers, bringing the feet together. Arms up on a big in-breath. Palms together, bringing them down to your heart centre. And give yourselves a bow. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.